Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the last assembly of the 2020-2021 school year. And this is a big day. We're about to launch ourselves on a vacation, and what an extraordinary year it's been. My memory of the first day of this academic year was that on the first day there was a case of COVID. And isolation began. And this morning, there has been another positive case of COVID, and some more people have had to isolate. And in between, it's been an amazing journey. And I'm very proud of all of you for the way you've conducted yourself in these unique and unprecedented times, the way you've engaged, the way you followed the rules, inevitable restrictions. And listening to Callum play his guitar there just makes you aware of how much we haven't been able to do. All the things that we're hoping to do next year. And it does look like when you return next year, the bubbles won't be there, but what will probably still be there is a lot of testing. And really, in truth, we don't know. And it's a little bit like life. You don't know what's going to happen. You've got to make the best of the situation you find yourself in. And as a school, we've definitely done that. We've definitely done that. And I hope before you go today that you thank your teachers, because all this stuff that has continued to happen, whether online or in person, is really due to their fantastic efforts. So it has been an extraordinary year. Next year, my main hopes are about being able to play fixtures again, being able to do all the arts, the plays, the choir, the orchestra. Those are the things that I think we've all really, really missed. I've told you last week a little bit about some of our plans to make the school even better. Before I introduce the next musical item, just want to express my thanks to Omar and Luke and Catherine and Joe. I'm in their studio at the moment. I'm looking around. I'm like, this place is completely transformed. You won't believe it, guys. It's. I've been in a lot of TV studios, and this is slowly Mr. Hammersley chaplaincy room, which next year will be on the other side of the bridge. But this place has become a studio, and these guys have been absolutely fantastic, I think. I'm very proud of what they did, because they seized, again, we've talked about making the best of the situation that you find yourself in, and they discovered or realized that one of the things that lockdown was going to produce was an enormous need for the production of audio visuals so that we could continue to be together, albeit virtually. And they have made themselves complete experts. I get picked up in my office and taken to the studio by one of Omar's kind of attendants. It's really, Luke comes and sees me and says, it's time to go to the studio. So I think it's a great initiative. It's a sign of what can be done when people take that initiative. It's a beautiful case of independence, and I'm very proud of it. And I think we're going to be proud of Leo Woods as well. Boy, can he play. And let's listen to his performance on the sax of Autumn Leaves. Thanks, Leo. That's the sort of talent and the sort of performance and that we've been missing. And I can't wait for the day when we can gather again for assemblies in person and make that music live. That's going to be great. You know, at the end of the year assembly, we always use that opportunity to say goodbye to members of staff, and it's a little difficult this year because we're not in a room together and the studio is a bit constrained, and even there, the social distancing thing. Just want to say thank you very much to Miss McGee, our science teacher, and who had an incredible year. We had a baby. She taught you guys with a lot of enthusiasm and vigor, and she's moving on to a school in the Wirral, and we wish her all the best and express our thanks to her. Not many people, Miss McGee and one other person really that I need to talk about, Mr. Hammersley, our chaplain, the only man I think in the history of the school to teach both history and mathematics, which tells you a little bit about him. And most people are hired at the school because they respond to an advertisement. That, you know, you might ask, where do you teach? Where does the school find teachers? Well, we advertise, sometimes nationally, sometimes locally, sometimes both. But Mr. Hammersley did not come that way. Very typically, he simply said, "I am Mr. Hammersley. How about a job for me?" And I said, "This is exactly, at the time, this was exactly the person that we needed to find. We needed to find someone who could teach mathematics and or history and be our chaplain." That is 6 years ago, and a lot has happened in the life of our school, but also in his life. All of you know that Mr. Hammersley is a man of faith. He's a man who trusts in Jesus and in the tenderness and the mercy and the compassion of Jesus. And I think he's been a great role model of that to many of you. And something very exciting has happened in his life and his life of his family. He's going to be the father of 4 kids. I think he's father of 3, but the 4th is on the way. And now he's also been asked by a church in Hertfordshire to become the assistant pastor there. So it is a major movement. And here's, you know, Mr. Hammersley threw himself into everything, whether it was charity, the Maynard Society. He was a rugby referee and coach, and of course we all had the pleasure and the benefit of hearing him preach. So, you know, we're going to miss Mr. Hammersley. Next year, Miss Green is going to lead a chaplaincy team, and we're going to unfortunately have to move on without the Hammersley family who are moving down south and starting this new chapter in their life. But I'm personally very grateful to Mr. Hammersley. I think he's done a fantastic job, and we wish him all the best. Mr. Hammersley, could you address this virtual assembly?
Happily, Mr. Brookman, thank you. I just want to say a few thank yous myself. It certainly has been 6 years and lots have changed. Lots is different about the school, but some of the best things are still the same. There's still the same focus, not just on the things we learn, but on the people we're becoming and our spiritual lives, if you like, which is something I feel and believe very passionately in, as Mr. Brum's spoken about. I want to thank, first of all, actually, all the people that make this school work. It's easy to focus on the important people, the people who stand up in the front of things, but also all the people in the kitchens, all the IT and support staff, all the cleaners, and everybody all the TAs, everybody who helps around the school. You know, I'm going to miss you. I'm going to miss my colleagues, the teachers. Thank you for making this an enjoyable place to work and for joining in with so many of the chaplaincy and other things with such enthusiasm. I want to thank Mr. Brookman, the principal, because he sees that education is not just about what we learn, but it's about who we become, and that's something that he's been very supportive of the chaplaincy and me as chaplain. So I want to thank him for that. But most of all, I want to thank you guys, the students, because without you, the school wouldn't be much of a school. And you've made me laugh and smile. Sometimes you've made me pretty frustrated. You've made me think and ask good questions. And I hope you'll keep asking those questions. And I, for one, hope that and pray that my path will cross with many of your paths in the years and decades to come this side of heaven anyway. So I wish you all the very best, and I hope you have a great summer, and take care.
Thank you, Mr. Hammersley. And when I try to mention this every year, when you think of the word vacation, it has the word vacate in it. It has the possibility of emptying out all the things that we have to do in a normal school year. In that sense, a better word in some respects, as far as I'm concerned, is holiday. These are holy days. That's where holiday comes from. It is a unique privilege to have this time off from our day-to-day commitments. And what we do with that time says more about us perhaps than anything else. All of you have to go to school by law, and happily you do what we ask you to do here. But during the holidays, during the holy days, you are the author of what these days are going to be like. It doesn't matter whether you go on holiday to Mallorca, whether you're up in the Lake District, you're walking in Scotland, or your family can't, for whatever reason, is not going anywhere. You're going to have a whole day, every day, to do with what you need and want to do. The reality is that you would have an opportunity to build friendships, you have an opportunity to be creative, you have an opportunity to read, you have an opportunity to listen to new music, you have an opportunity to you have an opportunity to get physically fit and to stay fit and to feel good about it. You have an opportunity to eat good food. You have an opportunity to help your parents, to help your family, to help other people. All these opportunities exist, and yet we find it very, very difficult to take advantage of those opportunities. We tend to, frankly, look back on a summer and say we sat on the sofa a little bit too much. So, I'm begging you, obviously, to be safe. I ask that every single year. I'm begging you to be safe, and I'm begging you to get in contact with the school if you don't feel safe, or if something is happening in your life that you're worried about, even in the summer. There's still a virus that is raging, but mostly just would encourage you to make a holy plan, a plan that makes you whole, that where you use the holidays to really refresh and to really rebuild. And it's not just the pupils that have to do that. I have to do that. We all have to take this opportunity. We have to reflect a little bit on what we want these summer holidays to be and to do, and what we want to develop in ourselves and get done. And I hope you take the opportunity to do that. Before we go, and you spend some time in form, hopefully thanking your form teacher for their wonderful work. A lot of people don't get a summer break. The people who work in estates, the people who work at LC Sports, the people who work in our finance office and in our bursary and in our HR, all these people work all through the summer for you. They paint buildings, they beautify the campus, they garden, they keep the grounds, and I'm very grateful to all these people, and I hope you spare a thought for them, because as Mr. Hammersley says, they make the school possible, and when you see them, please thank them. We're going to listen to Ellis perform Wishing You Were Somehow Here Again. I wish you all a beautiful summer. Make these days holy days, special days. Be safe, Be careful. Read as much as you can, and make as many good friends as you can. Deepen your friendships. All the best, and we'll see you in late August, early September, most of you. And at Results Day, obviously, on the 10th of August. All the best. Stay safe.
You were once my one companion. You were all that mattered. You were once a friend and father. Then my world was shattered. Wishing you were somehow here again. Wishing you were somehow near. Sometimes it seemed if I just dreamed, somehow you would be here. Wishing I could hear your voice again, knowing that I never would. Dreaming of you won't help me to do all that you dreamed I could. Passing bells and sculpted angels, cold and monumental, seem for you the wrong companion. You were warm and gentle. To